Well, guys, Eric finally got his way. He's painting everything black. I got tired of the purple. It has begun.
They already said too much dark colors in the video. Not enough. Let's go black.
Eric's like, let's go to the next extreme.
All right, suckers. This is what you get now.
He's painting the entire bathroom black.
This is what you get.
Guys, look what you've done.
You like dark colors, there you go.
So today we're gonna walk through how to case out your windows, or how to install casing around your windows, how to install window trim on the inside of your windows.
We're also going to be installing some cheaper can light inserts. Are they up to the task? Well, we're going to take a look and see. And also, we are going to be unboxing a brand new robotic lawnmower. We tried one out last year. It just wasn't quite up to the farmyard mowing task, but this one supposedly is.
And of course, you guys get to see Eric in his glory painting the window trim. Let's go take a look.
Exactly how important is good quality lighting in a house, and how much does price play a factor? We decided to kind of give it a test run. As you know, we put the more expensive Elco lighting Kodo modules in 12 of our cans. That would be in the living room, dining room, and kitchen area, and I couldn't be more happier with them. Now, Eric decided to put some new watt can light inserts into our other receptacles. Now, straight off the bat, I noticed that these were metal as well, just like the Elcos, but these had frosted lens covers. Now, your first instinct is that these lens covers are going to diffuse the light and make it a little bit more nice. And that really wasn't quite what happened. While it did diffuse the light, it also gave off very obnoxious light. But even worse than that, they didn't install very well at all. Even our electrician came back after he installed a couple and was shaking his head because he could not get them to mount flush up to the ceiling. Nor could we. Out of the 19 or so lights that were installed, I think maybe a handful actually were able to mount flush up to the ceiling, which kind of makes it look like a cheap DIY project. And if you're looking for a brand new house, you don't really want it to look like a cheap DIY.
Alright, so I got the entire hallway painted. We ran out of paint. We still have this area to do. Not all of it, just part of it. We're gonna have cabinets going here, so we don't have to paint the whole thing, but we still need some of the edging done around it. We have gone through 5 gallons of green Moreto. 6 gallons. This paint is thick and it goes on. So, let me take a step back. But yeah.
And it was in this moment that I had no idea the can of worms that would be opening up when I went to finish this last wall. But you guys won't find out about that in this video. No, we'll do that either next week or the week after. But wow, we had some fireworks going on, and I'm still just a little touchy on the whole thing. There's definitely some drama. Yep. Oh, there was some drama here. That's the only clue I'm going to give you guys.
I think it will look a little bit more pleasant once we get this other wall painted, and it'll look a little more complete. Yeah. But it's weird because for every level that we get something completed, I'm like, oh, look it, we got this done. And then like my eye goes to, oh, it's not done yet. You know, because it needs the trim, and it needs the doors, and it needs the floor. It needs all the other stuff. But it's nice to have my Elco lights up there working. Oh, they just make me so happy up there. Look how cute they are. They're actually on the brightest setting right now, so that's why it's so bright in here. We have to get a different dimmer switch because the one we have is not an ELV. Well, guys, Eric finally got his way. He's painting everything black. I got tired of the purple. It has begun.
They already said too much dark colors in the video. Not enough. Let's go black.
Eric's like, let's go to the next extreme.
All right, suckers. This is what you get now.
He's painting the entire bathroom black.
This is what you get.
Guys, look what you've done.
You like dark colors. There you go. I'm gonna paint right over that thing.
Ah, okay.
Bust.
I probably shouldn't be standing with my mouth open. Ooh, that definitely looks a lot drippier than the other stuff. A lot wetter.
So this paint, way cheaper than Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, I can tell.
It was PPG's most expensive paint
Yeah.
at like
So how much per gallon was this?
$32
Oh, wow.
versus $100. Well, I think Emerald's like 92 for this. I was kind of curious, you know.
I can tell based on how you're, I mean, it is a different type. This is satin versus, what was the other one? Eggshell?
No,
What did we put on the walls, matte?
or flat, or
It's not flat. Flat's on the ceiling.
yeah.
Maybe it's matte. So I wonder how this is going to turn out. I guess we will just wait and see. For the record, guys, that is the guest bathroom, so I don't have to look at it every day. This, my friends, is technology at its finest. This is a lawn mowing robot. Last year, I tested out a lawn mowing robot by a different company, and it worked pretty decently. It did not like field grass at all. So I needed something that wasn't gonna be quite so snooty about the grass. So when Mammotion came out with their Luba 2, I was on it like a hawk. And this sucker is supposed to do everything that the other one couldn't do and more. We're gonna test it out and see.
We're just gonna do a quick unboxing and a general look through at what this mower is able to do. We open it up. Assembly is pretty straightforward, just a few things to put together. This will be just a quick introduction to Luba 2 by Mammotion. It's still just a little bit chilly and the grass hasn't grown up yet, so we will do a follow-up video showcasing how it's able to go through and program a field and cut it to your specs. But today we're just going to show you how to download the program app. You're going to scan the QR code located in the manual and then walk through the different steps to set it up. You're going to go through and set up the Wi-Fi, make sure your Bluetooth is on. You need these options to be able to set up the initial programming of the robot. However, it does not run off those options when it is mowing your lawn. But for today's purposes, we are going to be manually controlling the robot, so we do need these features turned on. We're going to maneuver the robot manually using the remote controls through the app. It's pretty straightforward and very easy to do, and we discover it has some pretty interesting features.
Oh my gosh, this is sick! Can I still move it? Oh, I can. Hey, come on. This is so cool. It's like virtual reality mowing. Guys, stop. Okay. Oh, wow. You guys are going to have to go inside. Come on.
I definitely was not aware of the live mowing view of the robot. That was one of the things I had not seen mentioned online. Of course, that really wasn't my concern either. My main concern was, can it mow around my Christmas trees, and how well can it mow my field grass? Now, they reached out to me specifically knowing that I have a farm and that I do have taller grass. The Luba 2 is designed to handle tall grass. So, besides mowing around the Christmas trees, we're also going to send it out mowing tall grass in one of the fields to see how well it actually performs. But again, being able to see a reality view of this robot was pretty cool, and I found myself really enjoying it. I could see a lot of techie guys really having fun with this, not to mention the number of pranks that you can play on people, or spy on people, or just record cool footage of your kids or pets playing in the yard from a totally different perspective. Now, this is the Luba 5000 series. This is actually the H model. The H means it's able to mow your grass at a taller height than the other series. So this one can mow at a height between 2 to 4 inches, where the other one can mow 2 inches and below. For our grass, we definitely want it mowed a lot taller. Now, this model can also mow 1.25 acres in one day. It can mow 4 hours on one charge, or about half an acre per run. For our Christmas tree farm, we have roughly 2.5 acres planted of trees, so this should be able to mow around all of the trees out front in about a week. So I was able to actually log into the mower and see what the mower was seeing from the other side of my property. I am still connected to Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure if that's the deciding factor. I'd have to leave the farm and see if I could still connect to the mower, just out of curiosity. But either way, it's still pretty cool being able to check in on the mower and see what it's doing.
Start recharging. Start charging.
All right, Eric said to check out the bathroom ceiling. Oh, yeah, it looks good. Still haven't edged it at all, but I see it looks pretty good. Well, today we have a special treat. You get to watch Eric paint the trim boards for our windows and produce that very lovely car-like glossy finish. We're not using car paint, we are in fact using trim paints or basic paints, but by spraying it out and going through several extra steps, you can in fact achieve a factory flawless finish. So here are the boards. These Eric said he got from Home Depot, which were not as nice as Lowe's, but they had the size that we needed and Lowe's did not. So if you're looking for good quality boards, definitely do not suggest Home Depot, because these are pretty warped, they're pretty scratched up. The paint finish is a little bit nicer, but it's not as thick as the other ones. So, I mean, I think a lot of people would probably buy these and just slap them right up as is. But we are gonna go through and we're gonna put a base coat on first. So we're gonna walk you through step by step how it's going. Oh, Coral, say hi. Eric doesn't go anywhere without his emotional support dog.
It shows you a lot. That's all wood grain.
Into the brand new bake booth. We got the assembly line done. Took forever. And these are just the trim boards for the windows. in the main part of the house, not even the doors. Doors, we have 3 doors. Oh man, what a pain in the butt. Oh, look how warped this one is. It's so sad. Oh my goodness. This one's like a spaghetti noodle. Blew it off, and now we gotta see. It's called a tack rag, and it just has like a little bit of texture adhesion to it, and it takes the dust off, which helps you have a really smooth finish. There's some little scratchy marks in here from the DA sander.
Extra flat paint, so we're just kind of using it up for a base coat on this, because we got to put 2 coats on.
Originally, we were going to use this as all of our trim paint. This is a urethane, or enamel.
Enamel urethane.
Enamel urethane.
It's supposed to be really durable.
So, but after we bought it, we realized black was going to be too dark for the house. So we decided to go with the iron ore, but we had the paints that we had already bought. So Eric's using it as a primer coat, and then putting the iron ore over top of it. And this is the same color as our cabinets are going to be. So Eric baked them for like 5 or 10 minutes. Oh yeah.
Well, we can let them sit overnight if it's not going to rain them on.
Yeah. Well, it's been a day. We're kind of short on lights. Our electrician is working on fixing a wiring issue. And Eric is testing out his new nail gun. Ooh, that startled me, even though I was looking right at it. So you're gonna have to put like touch up on it or something?
Yeah, I got black wood putty.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I see that one's sticking out right there. All right, first board is on.
I know a lot of guys just pre-build these, but we couldn't do that with our blinds because we didn't have enough clearance. Oh, I know. I was getting sick. I'm like, what? Better not.
mean, it's weird because you don't even notice it's been cased in because it just looks like it's part of the window. So that's what I'm saying, like, you can't notice that this isn't black. Well, yesterday we managed to get this entire window fully cased out. And you can't even tell that we did anything to it because it just looks so natural as part of the window.
Hey, look, it's our electronic blinds, the Smartwings electric blinds. There is a link in the video description if you're interested in checking them out. We have looked at them a couple of times before, but now we're finally going to be installing them. But before we go to the work of installing them, we want to make sure that they fit just perfect. So we do a test fit. Sure enough, they do in fact fit, and we also have a 1/4 inch on each side of wiggle room.
Oh, Eric, it's time for your exam.
And we also have to go through and drill a long borehole into our electric outlet box. Now, these are the direct wired versions. They do offer battery operated, they offer plug-in style, of course, the hardwired style that we have here. They also offer solar powered versions, and they newly just listed an Ethernet cable version. So you don't have to have any sort of boxes, you can just run the wires straight up to the blinds. But for us, it worked out perfect to be able to put the hardwired styles into our house.
All right, so this is the virgin travel run of our new electronic shades through Smartwings. After a little bit of setup stuff, we are finally ready to go. So let's give it a shot. We're going to go down. There we go. Now you can adjust the speed if you want it to go faster or slower. It's got 3 speed settings. I think right now it's on the medium, which I think is pretty good. So it should stop right at the bottom there, if I did my programming correctly. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That's exactly where I programmed it to hit. So look at that. Now this is, I don't remember if it's 60% or 75% light blocking. I did not want the full blackout because we don't really have any reason to have full blackout here. I just want to diffuse the light a little bit. And I have it programmed for tilt right now, so I have to push and hold the button. Tilt mode is a mode if you want to adjust it like inch by inch, which is really helpful for programming the height. So you can just kind of cinch it up to where you want it, especially if you want to tuck it up just a little bit into that receiver up there. But check this out. It slows down. Perfect. And if you don't like that slapping sound, you can have it stop just before it hits that channel, but I like the look of it better. But it looks good. Awesome. That was a lot easier than I expected.
So we already knew about the issue with this area needing to be shimmed, but the other issue is that the window down here does one of these things, which makes putting the last board on a little tricky. Earlier, Eric went in and he got the lights installed in the guest bathroom and finished getting it all edged in. So, Eric's gonna showcase his handiwork in here. So we have 2 lights, and he went through and he spray painted the vent black at my insistence. And then he also went through and spray painted the lights black too because he couldn't find those in black.
Can we put stars in the ceiling?
No, You're not putting stars in the guest bathroom.
Why?
Because that's what you do for a 5-year-old's bathroom.
Like, you ever see the headliners in cars that have the starlight?
Yeah.
That looks so good.
You know, put some black lights up in there too. And then we got, so we have Aaron's lights over here. These are on a smart switch. So it's looking for Wi-Fi. That's why they're all blinking blue, but we can turn his on.
Oh, is that working?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's bright.
I know, it's really
Goodness
bright.
gracious.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be on a dimmer. But I think he said that this is on a program.
I think you can dim it with that smart switch.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty bright.
Well, we put a dimmer on.
Yeah. Guys, this is the first grand reveal of the almost all of the lighting of the house. Here we have it. So we have almost everything put together except the porch lights. The porch lights are not on yet. As you can see, it's dark. So he's trying to figure out how to get those connected. So we've got the garage sconces down there. We've got the porch sconce right here. And then we have a little sconce over here. These are the back ones. So Eric's got, I think, 4 or 5 of the back ones. They're all going around the back of the house. Now the back ones, these are dusk to dawn lights, so they sense the light and they turn it on and off automatically, whereas all the rest of the lights are on a switch system. So they turn on and off according to a schedule. And there it is. Looks pretty good. So it's not done on the outside. Still a long ways to go, but it's getting there. You know, we're at the stage where it feels like there are so many small things that need to be done that they just stack up into a mountain. But oftentimes you just have to focus on one thing at a time, one little thing at a time. And that's what we're trying to do right now in the house, is just pick away at one little thing at a time. One thing at a time is how you eat the entire cake and get it done. So even though it can be overwhelming, if you just focus on getting one thing done each day, before you know it, the whole thing will be done. So we'll see how far we can get this year.